Welcome to Weekend Warmup. I'm Bryant Heatherly, your lead anchor.
I'm Kayla Brewer, your co-anchor.
I'm Cassie Fambro with Special Projects and University Events.
And I'm Charlotte Stein with the Best of Netflix.
Our student spotlight of the week is Cam LaFurl. He'll be with us following our first commercial break. Cirque du Soleil, Quidam, is coming to the Mitchell Center March 20th through the 23rd. More to follow. And how's your weather looking as we move into the spring break? We'll have your weather-aware forecast just ahead.
There are a few new developments in the Gil Collar case, and we will discuss those shortly.
We'll look at 2 great movies for your Netflix rentals highlights in your dorm room, your apartment, or home. Get the popcorn ready. We'll have some recommendations we think you'll like.
The Funky Monkey 5K Run and Fun is coming up on March 9th here at the USA campus. And the smell of barbecue is in the air as the United Cerebral Palsy plans their 12th anniversary barbecue championship and Hog Wild Festival event. St. Patrick's Day is coming up on March 17th, and there's a parade to celebrate. More details to follow.
All this and more as we prepare to dive into your weekend. Weekend Warm-Up starts right now. Welcome back to Weekend Warm-Up. Our student spotlight of the week is Cam LaFurl. He'll be with us following our first commercial break. First up is Cassie with some new updates to the shooting here at USA.
Thank you, Bryant. Nearly 5 months after 18-year-old Gil Collar died of a gunshot wound to the chest at the hands of Officer Travis Austin, we finally know the drug that spurred Collar's erratic behavior. The drug is called 2,5-I, similar to Mobile's area code 251, but has no direct connection thus far. 2,5-I is an often lethal hallucinogen that was only discovered in 2003. It is often marketed as LSD on blotter paper. Collar was sold the drug at Bayfest for $10. Authorities cannot arrest or charge the person that sold it to him because it is not on the controlled substances list. District Attorney Ashley Rich lamented her inability to prosecute the dealer. Rich noted there is nobody that wants to see the young person pay for being responsible for bringing that into her community more than I do. Rich went on to say this case will likely ensure that it is added. Among the side effects of 2,5-I are shaking, paranoia, fear, and panic. Collar was also found to have marijuana in his system. USA's Officer Austin will not be indicted in the death of Collar, but the civil suit filed by the family still continues. USA's PR director Keith Ayers issued this statement. The thoughts of the entire university family remain with everyone involved. The Vanguard noted that we will have more updates on 2,5-I as well as updates in the civil case. And I actually did speak with Collar's mother yesterday, and she wanted to reiterate that they're not out for revenge and they're not out for blood, that they are actually out for change, and they want tasers and non-lethal force instituted at USA, as well as the 2,5-I being added to the banned substances list in Alabama. It's been a crazy story to cover. It's 5 months now, and it's been the defining story of my career as editor. So,
I mean, there's, other than the new drug developments, I mean, there's not much more to say. I mean, there's still going to be the arguments over the ethics and
right.
And the rights and wrongs of everything, but those have been discussed for the past 5 months. I don't think I can really add anything.
Yeah, it's definitely a disheartening case to.
It's a very crazy series of events.
Well, Charlotte, let's lighten up the mood a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Cassie. For this week's Best of Netflix, I'm going to be reviewing and recommending some of my favorite films on Netflix Instant Watch. And in honor of spring break, all the films will take place in vacation destinations that are far from the usual places you think of when you picture spring break. The first film I recommend is the 2003 indie hit Lost in Translation, starring Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. Sofia Coppola directed this mesmerizing, thought-provoking film set in Japan. It's that simple. There are no crash, boom, transforming transformers running after people. This film is not going to plead for your attention. It simply presents itself, and you get on the train and engage yourself, or you decide to move on to another movie. Bob and Charlotte are 2 Americans in Tokyo. Bob is a movie star in Tokyo to shoot a whiskey commercial, and Charlotte is tagging along with her workaholic photographer husband. Bob and Charlotte meet in a lonely hotel bar one night, and they hit it right off. They have great adventures in Tokyo and discover new possibilities for their lives. This film has a very roller coaster vibe. 1 minute you're feeling lonely and down, and all of a sudden you're at a nightclub or an arcade singing karaoke. The 2 characters are both very different, but find common ground and become close. This movie also reminds us that life has endless possibilities and to seize the day, and to not take what we have for granted. Now back to Bryant.
Thanks, Charlotte. It's been more than 2 years since their last visit to the Mitchell Center in February 2011. Cirque du Soleil Queedom is coming to the Mitchell Center March 20th through the 23rd. The production is about a young girl that gets lost. More importantly, it's a chance for the audience to get lost with her. The official story, as explained by the Cirque, goes like this. Young Zoe is bored. Her parents, distant and apathetic, ignore her. Her life has lost all meaning. Seeking to fill the void of her existence, she slides into an imaginary world, the world of Queedom, where she meets characters who encourage her to free her soul. As Cirque du Soleil's fans know, the idea that a production has a story doesn't necessarily mean there's an emphasis on linear storytelling. Cirque shows are often more about mood and atmosphere, and of course, the phenomenal athleticism of its performers. Queedom has a cast of 52 whose specialties include elite variations on acrobatics, aerial contortion, trapeze work, balancing, and juggling. The international cast features 52 world-class acrobats, gymnasts, musicians, singers, and comedic characters. Turning now to Kayla.
Thank you, Bryant. The Funky Monkey 5K run is coming up Saturday, March 9th. Presented by Thompson Engineering, the run is scheduled for Saturday, March 9th. The 5K fun run starts at 8:45 a.m. here on campus at the SGA Pavilion at the intramural fields. The certified 5K course is a 3/4 mile run looping the intramural field. Entry fees are $20 for adults, $12 for 12 and under. Parking is available at the lot next to the SGA Pavilion and at designated spots on campus. The first 250 participants are guaranteed a Funky Monkey Moisture Wicking t-shirt for men and women. Awards include the top 3 male and female overall, top male and female masters and grandmasters, and senior grandmasters. Our runners, 5K and Fun Run, are rewarded at the Funky Monkey Finish Party, where the highlight is Mobile's biggest banana split, built by Cammie's Old Dutch Ice Cream Shop. The Funky Monkey Finish Party includes a costume contest, great food and drink, music, and door prizes. The 2012 Funky Monkey Charity Challenge was awarded to the Kaiser Marie Memorial Scholarship. All proceeds of the Funky Monkey benefit the Thompson Foundation, which invests in organizations, programs, and activities that strengthen our social framework, education, and sense of community. Additional details are available at thompsonengineering.com.
Our student spotlight of the week is broadcast journalism senior Cam LaFurl. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes off the bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. First pitch is fouled between the back.
chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Welcome back to Weekend Warmup. It's now time for our Student Spotlight of the Week. Cam LaFurrow is a senior in broadcast journalism with an English minor. Please join me in welcoming Cam as our Student of the Week.
Golf clap. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
So first question, Cam. Sure. I have a sports journalism class with you with Mike Herndon.
Yeah, that's true.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Might not make it tomorrow, but yeah.
When you get into that class and you start talking, you sound like you are so well versed in sports knowledge. How did you come to be involved in sports?
It's actually a funny story because when I was, a lot of kids love sports from when they're younger. I didn't get into sports until I was 12, 13 at the time. And really I only started with baseball. I really paid attention to baseball and started going that way with it. And then eventually I started watching football. I'm like, oh, I like football. And I started playing football, and that's how I got into that. And then I got into basketball, and then I just started rounding out sports and just started watching it traditionally. After school, Sports Center would come on, I'd flip it on and watch that. Or, when I got to college, it was always on. Always on my dorm room. The Sports Center was on. I'd watch it all the time. And then it's just kind of through that I realized that I really wanted to do journalism back in high school. I was on the school newspaper and really wanted to write and get my name out there. And I figured out I wanted to do sports because I enjoy watching it. So I thought I'd be a pretty good sports writer. And then from there, when I got here, I figured, well, print journalism's going to crap. I'm not going to get a job in that and have a successful job in that, rather. So I was like, well, I'll do broadcast and I'll do radio or I'll do TV. And then I started thinking well, I really want to be on radio because radio you can be laid back. You don't have to do a whole lot. So that's when I started getting involved with Jag Radio, and it kind of grew from there.
Tell us a little bit about when we can hear you on Jag Radio, how to listen to Jag Radio right now, and exactly what you do.
Right now you can listen a couple different ways. If you have the USA app on your iPhone or Android phone,
I've got it.
You can click on the USA app and go to radio, and you'll hit the play button, and it'll pop up right away, unless it's down, which not right now. It's not right now. It's not. So that's always good. But you can do it that way, or you can log on to www.jagradio.net, and that is up, and it will have it'll be live. It'll tell you what song you're listening to, and everything else, and you can hear me specifically for any time the Jags have a home game in sports. So right now, this week is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have baseball games at home, and it'll be me and Steven Spears, who you had on last week. We'll be there. We'll be there calling the game, hopefully well. It might devolve at some point, especially if it's a really long game.
And
we're just tired.
Quite characters.
Yeah, we'll
together.
Yeah, we get dumb in the press box. Especially when we just want to leave. We want to get out of there. But you be sure to enter in www, because I've tried just entering jagradio.net on my computer, and it's not found. So you have to put in the 3 W's. But I also have a sports show every Monday and Friday whenever we can actually get together with JT Crabtree, left of center editor.
He was on 2 weeks ago as our
spot. He comes on and we talk about the show's called Sports Takeout, and really there's just a general lack of sports news on Jag Radio. There's a lot of music news and everything else, and Steven has his show which kind of covers everything, but the sports broadcast and the sporting news is kind of missing. So we give time to every Jag sports that's going on. So today we talked about baseball and basketball and the tournament prospects for them, and then we talked about softball, how well they're doing, and then we go into sort of the wide world of sports. And today we're finishing up our MLB preview. So we're going through team by team, kind of looking at what teams did in the offseason. Yeah, the big picture, how they're going to perform this year. and everything else. And, you know, we covered the Super Bowl, we're covering basketball and everything else.
So it's really like a wide range of things.
Yeah, it's a lot of everything, but we always start the show with USA Sports because that's where our biggest, that's where we're going to come in most because we don't get enough attention on the other radio station, Town 105.
Right. Well, you also have past experience on JAG TV. You mind telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was asked to come on during Girl Talk with Kayla and Kayla.
Woo! with Josh York.
With, our live broadcast producer, Josh York.
I forgot about that for a minute.
Yeah, it's Josh was our producer for football, and it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. We needed a spotter because we can't see up there, and the numbers on the football uniforms are so small and terrible that it's hard to see a lot. So what we do is he kind of looked for us and saw what number made the tackle, and we'd say it on air. And then he kind of became our producer. He would just write stuff down for us, notes that he wanted us to hit, and he helped us out a lot. We came on Girl Talk, and we did a Gangnam-style dance on Girl Talk on Halloween. It was Halloween Day. We were both dressed up. Josh...
we dressed up for that media law class we were in.
Yes, we did.
Oh, I forgot about that. And then she gave it to everybody anyway, so we didn't have to dress up.
Right?
Yeah. I put on that black lipstick for no reason.
I know. She's like,
I was a baseball player. I was comfortable with what I was wearing. I was wearing shorts and long socks. I'm okay.
So why is your minor English? Any particular reason?
Because when I got in here and I thought I was going to do broadcast journalism, I didn't think there would be writing involved. Like, I thought that... Well, not as much writing as like print journalism would have, like writing stories every week. Like that was my idea of the class. Like, every week you got to write a story and you have to turn it in and everything else. And that wasn't the case at all. There's a lot of writing in broadcast. So, but I wouldn't change it. I love English. I'm finishing up the minor now, and I've taken a lot of fun classes with it. So I'm happy that I chose that as my minor overall.
Yay.
Now, I know we keep talking about student leaders. I mean, even in our conversation, Steven shows up, JT, have all been our student spotlights. How would you say that as a student leader with JAG Radio, that JAG Radio has shaped your experience in South?
It's actually got me more outgoing. You know, before JAG Radio, I really wasn't involved too much in anything outside of my classes, my immediate classes. I didn't do anything really focused on trying just to get my degree and go. And then with JAG Radio, I realized that I can help build something here and have it as the foundation and kind of leave a legacy behind. And that's actually really cool for me because, you know, when I leave, it's going to keep building, hopefully. And I can come back, you know, in 4 or 5 years, and when they have their own studio, they have their own frequency and everything, I can say I helped build the sports foundation of it, and hopefully that's a big part of what they're going to do. And, like, you know, it'll be a piece of the puzzle in the overall JAG Radio because, you know, I did a documentary on JAG Radio, and one of the things that Stephen and Matt McCoy, our advisor, both stressed was when we want kids driving onto campus, we want to have them flip over to JAG Radio when they get on campus so they know what's happening.
Right.
And that would be on campus all the time, 24/7. All you ever need to know about campus would be on JAG Radio, and sort of kind of corner the market on there. So that's a big opportunity for us.
Definitely. Well, we're really glad to have you and work with you. JAG TV, Vanguard, JAG Radio, the trifecta.
It's a lot of fun.
A tripod. Sorry, that was dumb.
Thanks for coming on with us, Cam.
Thank you.
It was great having you.
Yeah.
Thanks once again to Cam for joining us today for our Student Spotlight of the Week. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go away.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. and everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to, like, you know, do a little. No.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at Ready.gov/business.
The odds of this boy achieving his dream in fashion? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Welcome back to Weekend Warm-Up. Spring break is already in progress for several of the Gulf Coast colleges, and cooler temps have kept students away from the beach over the past week. Spring break week across the nations are spread out from February 9th through April 13th. Among the top southeastern spring break destinations are Myrtle Beach and Hilton Head, South Carolina, Stone Mountain Park, Georgia, Indoor Water Park Resort at the Smokies in Tennessee, Jekyll Island and Sea Island, Georgia, and the Gulf Shores here in Alabama. And research shows that the #1 spring break destination is for families is Orlando, Florida, with Walt Disney Resort, Universal Orlando Resort, and SeaWorld among the attractions.
Continuing our coverage on USA Sports and the Lady Jags, here's where we stand. Our Lady Jags won their February 27th game over Western Kentucky with a score of 65-59. They won recently over Troy with the close score of 71-70, and they now begin preparations for the 2013 Sun Belt Conference Championships held in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Ticket packages can be purchased by calling the USA Ticket Office at 251-4611 1872. Reserve seating tournament booklets can be purchased for $128. The booklet does include 20 games and a $1 seat use fee per person. Individual single sessions can also be purchased for $15. Children ages 3 to 17 will be admitted for $1, and admission for children 2 and under is free. The Sun Belt Conference in Hot Springs is scheduled for March 8th through 11th. We'll have the results for you on the show following our spring break. Turning now to Charlotte with 2 more movie reviews.
Thank you, Cassie. My second recommendation is the 2011 British comedy, The Trip. The plot is disarmingly simple. 2 actors at different places in their careers and personal lives, Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon playing versions of themselves, go on a road trip to the north of England to review high-end restaurants. What comes next is an endless conversation between 2 men somewhat stuck together about anything and everything, sometimes impossibly hilarious and sometimes heartbreakingly honest. The film is worth a watch for the many reasons, but 2 of the main reasons are the scenery of the English countryside and the 2 comedians competing with one another to determine who can do the better Michael Caine impression. Moving on now to my final review, my last film of the episode for Weekend Warm-Up is The Reef. Set off the coast of Australia, The Reef tells the story of 4 friends who are forced to abandon their overturned small yacht off the coast of North Queensland when the boat's keel is torn off by impact with rock or coral. There is little time for character development in this short time that elapses before the tragedy strikes the travelers. Fearing that the boat will be carried further out to sea by the current or sink, the 4 decide to swim to Turtle Island, which is believed to be about 10 miles away. On their long swim, they are constantly stalked by one of the most fearsome predators in the sea, a great white shark. The impact of this story is greatly enhanced by the refusal of the filmmakers to fall back on unrealistic CGI sharks. As they are repeatedly attacked by great white sharks, the actors appear to be actually swimming in the sea with a real shark. The cinematography, both above and below the water, deserves the highest marks. Without giving the story away, it can be said that the film has some truly frightening moments, and the sense of unrelenting menace creates an almost unbearable tension. I hope you enjoy swimming in the ocean this spring break. Turning to Kayla with some St. Patrick's Day fun.
Thank you, Charlotte. It's happening on Sunday, March 17th at 2 p.m. It's the 2013 Mobile St. Patrick's Day Parade. The Mobile St. Patrick's Day Parade forms next to the Mobile Civic Center on South Claiborne Street. It proceeds north to Government Street, east to South Conception Street, north to St. Francis Street, east on St. Francis to south on Royal instead of St. Joseph Street. Then west on Church Street, back to the Mobile Civic Center where it disbands. A family-friendly 3-day event day to help prevent child abuse. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the gate, and children 10 and under are free. Now, I'm excited about this St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to have a good time.
Irish trash cans and car bones.
Woo!
Working.
Yeah.
Buzzkill.
Yeah, that's a buzzkill. Dun, dun, dun.
Absolutely. Now, keeping you guys up to date on the search for USA's next Jag Idol, here's what's happening. The studio was full again on Saturday, March 2nd during the third taping of Jag Idol. Contestants and guests filled the studio as 9 contestants performed to the judges, hosts, and the studio audience. The show resulted in 6 remaining contestants. Those 6 remaining contestants are Melody Palmer, Rebecca Franklin, Harley Rowell, Whitney Sims, Brittany Jones, and Jamie Bios.
Woo!
The next taping of Jag Idol is Saturday, March 23rd here at the Jag TV studio, and you're welcome to attend. Now, many of you have asked how the winner will be determined. A ballot date will be announced and sent to our student body via email. You'll have your vote in determining the next Jag Idol. Any additional comments, questions, or feedback, your voice can be heard by emailing JagTV at jagiDol2013@gmail.com.
I'm ecstatic about Jag Idol. I've been following it, and I'm getting really into it.
I'll definitely have to see how it ends. Yes. With some spirited judges.
It's now time for your USA Jags Weather Aware Weekend forecast, moving into March 7th through the 10th. Taking us into the weekend is a pleasant Thursday with a high of 64, dropping to 41 on Thursday night. Friday's high is 69, dropping to an even lower 46 for the evening. Saturday's high is 70 with a drop to 53 in the evening, and then Sunday's high is 72 as well as a low of 54 as we move into your spring break Monday. So it's, as you can see, it's kind of warming up a little bit. It's not as cold as it was last week, but it's still kind of down there. And then we'd once again like to thank Cam LaFro for his time in joining us as our Student Spotlight of the Week. Please like Jag TV on Facebook. You can also find us on channel 63 in the dorms and on YouTube while visiting us at southalabama.edu/JagTV.
Please send your comments and questions to jagtvusa@gmail.com.
Have a great weekend.
Enjoy your spring break.
Thank you for joining us.